All right, game development in x86 assembly. And today we're finishing it. So, I noticed something while testing this, and I noticed it earlier, but I didn't want to fix it quite then, and that is when I and K, which are the up and down for this side, are pressed, they're backwards. K should be down. See, when I'm pressing I, it goes down. When I press K, it goes up. It should be the other way around. So we're just going to go ahead and fix that. It's really easy. So I press, K press. I down, K down. Okay, where is move box? Move right box down should actually be up for I, and this should be down. So real simple fix. We'll build that again and we'll test it. Yep, good, it's fixed. Now it's logical. So the W and S works correctly. I and K. Okay, so I, K. Yep, works correctly. Okay, now when it reaches the far side, we need it to reset. So we need to add a label for reset ball. Okay, reset ball. Yeah. Okay. And I believe it's ball X, so move be a D word. Ball X. So I think we're gonna reset it to, I think we started it at like, well, we can just look down here. 160/90. Okay. So yeah, we'll just do the same exact positions, and so the ball X would be 160. Move D word ball Y 90, I believe. Okay, so we're just going to do a real quick check on that, whether or not that works, by, instead of calling the switch direction, okay, switch direction, we're going to do switch direction 0. So this is for the X, so this is what's gonna get replaced. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and comment out that stuff and say call reset ball. And we'll just put it on the 0 direction and see what happens. It appears to be working just fine. So, and then we're going to do the same for the other direction, which is switch direction 1. Once again, preserving that code and say call reset. Okay. Now we need to change the collision to be on the right paddle instead of the wall, so that it can actually be, the game can actually be played. So I want to move this into its own label, that way it's like a separate thing, and then do it from there. So so instead of having the code here, we'll say switch dir for direction, or I'll just say direct, switch direct, and then this is x 0. Oof, that's a interesting name, but that's okay. And then we just do this and do a ret. And then the other one is just switch direction 1. And this, so 0 becomes 0, I believe. No, 0 becomes 1 and 1 becomes 0. But we probably want it to be switch direction to 0. So we'll say to 0 instead of specifying x, since there won't actually be a y direction switch based on anything other than up in the things that are already coded. So now in ball move, instead of comparing it to these things, which we still need to do because we have to reset the ball, we need a new label that compares for the right hand paddle. So is right paddle collision. I guess, yeah. And then I believe we use basically the same exact logic, but on the right paddle side, which is, I believe, 30. So it goes to 280. And this goes to 30. Yeah, I believe so. Okay, so we also need to check to make sure. So when it's at this place, we need to check. So we need to do, okay, so that needs a return instead of these jumps. These jumps are not what's going to happen. We're going to have calls in there instead. And then we do check right paddle. And then we need to get the right paddle size, so compare d-word paddle right y paddle. Compare that to ball y, I believe. If the right paddle is greater than ball y, we just go to done. So if greater, jump to done. Okay, otherwise, oh, we don't need that. Okay, otherwise, then we do another comparison. And we do, we probably need to move it into EAX because, yeah, because we need to add. And I believe they're 80 in length, so add 80. So this is actually a move. And then another compare. Comparing EAX to ball Y. If that value, we already checked to see if it's below. If that value is above, so if it's jump less than or equal, or no, if it's greater than, if EAX is greater than, no, if it's less than or equal than ball Y, then we jump to dot done, I think. And then if it isn't, then we call switch direction to 1 or something like that. I think so. So, and then in here, this is where we call check right paddle. So we'll just remove this for now. And we're gonna have to, inside of, not drawball, but wherever we're doing all the, okay, call is right paddle collision. Okay, I think it goes there. Uh-oh, something went wrong. Invalid combinations on 324. Something like that? No. Okay. Okay. I guess we need to do a move EAX. Right paddle Y. And then compare EAX to this. And then we don't have to move EAX right paddle Y here because it's already inside. We just have to add. Okay, so I think that's what that was. Oh. Something, well, it's switching direction, but it's doing something wrong. I think I'm comparing it on the wrong side. I think it's EX compared to this, so it's actually if less than, I think, something like that. Uh-oh. Here, I'm gonna start it and see if the collision happens. No, I don't think so. So, okay, we need to run through through this comparison here. Okay, so wait, can we do a compare and then a call right afterwards? I don't think that's quite right. I think it's, you need to do jump to, okay, so if ball X is jump if greater than or equal to 280 to dot check, and no. If less than or equal dot done. And then we do a, I think I understand, okay. And then oh, we have the opposite. I think it is the wrong comparison. So okay, if it's less than, okay, so in other words, this is compared to this, and it's if this is less than, okay, so it's the right side. All right. So this Y is less than right Y paddle jump to done. I think that's correct. Otherwise, add 80. Compare if it's also less than. So maybe this is jump if greater than or equal, something like that. No. Yeah, there's definitely something here that, and this is where it gets kind of confusing in assembly. You don't have good feedback in terms of what exactly is taking place unless you know all the very specific rules. And I'm still wondering if this has something to do with the comparison. I'm assuming it has something to do with the comparison. Okay, so is right panel collision. We check the ball X. We say if it's less than 280, jump to done. Otherwise, check. And I think that is happening. So what I'm going to do to debug this is comment on all this and just say switch direction so that we know that this is happening correctly. Yep. So that collision is correct. This is correct. So what I'm doing wrong is in here. So that really narrows it down. So if it's less than or equal to 280, so this just needs to be less than, it goes to done. As it gets greater than that, it triggers. So then if EAX, which is right paddle Y, is less than ball Y, so right paddle Y is higher up. Oh, we don't want it. No. If it is greater than jump to done. Now we'll test it again. Okay, good. Well, now that's not colliding over there. So I think that's correct. But we also need to know, instead of just switching, we need to make sure it's inside the range. So we add 80 to it. And we need to know that this value is greater than the ball Y. So if that value is less than, I think this will do it. Okay. Okay, so that worked. But we can run it again, and I'll put this at the top. Good. It's working. Okay, now we need to duplicate that. So this becomes duplicated, and this becomes left. And this becomes, okay, this is ball X, but it becomes 0. And then we do check left. And then we do here, instead of this, we do next. And then we do a comparison. And okay, this isn't 0, this is actually 30. Oh, not next. This is fine. It's done independently. Yes. This is 30. This is this. If it's greater than, not less than. Oh, wait, hold up. Yes. Yeah. If it's greater than, jump to done. Check left paddle. Okay, we have a check right paddle. Did I not copy a second one of these? I don't think I did. So this becomes just left paddle Y. Yeah, left, and this becomes left. This is to 0. And then we need to call it. I think. Oh. I think that's working. Let's let it go past. Okay, yeah. Let it go past. Oh, it barely hit there. I have to let it go past now. Here, I'll move this down. Oh, come on. Okay. I'm trying to avoid it, but I'm not succeeding. Okay, let's try this. Yeah. It is working. It's working. We're done. Oh my god. All right. So that concludes this series. However, I'm planning to move this entire little project, this Pong, into its own little GitHub so that you don't have to have all the other Fi-related stuff as a part of it. And then I have to decide what I'm doing next. So there will be something programming related, game related, etc., or graphics in some way coming hopefully soon. But it may take a little while for me to figure out what I'm doing. So stick around.